But now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis's haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
With your AM 950 weather, this is Adam. 67 and mostly cloudy skies today. For tonight, clouds taper off and a low of 39. And for tomorrow, sunny and a high of 71. Discover macarons like you've never tasted before at Nicolette's Macarons in Plymouth. Pick up a box of elegant French macarons conveniently located off of Highway 169. Perfect for gifts, corporate events, or just for yourself. Stop in or order online at nicolettesmacarons.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken.
And this is Ghostbox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Have you ever wanted, just like Scooby-Doo, go and investigate looking for ghosts in a mansion? I mean, honestly, when I was a kid, even before I knew what paranormal investigating was or anything else, you'd get stuff like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And they'd be in the big manor houses and all the stuff looking for, whatever specter. That was the first time I ever heard the term specter, spirits, whatever else that you could possibly imagine. And they would be in there and they would look for them either by candlelight or by whatever. And that was really cool. I love that. And one of the things that I am so happy, just absolutely thrilled about, is that, not that many years later, okay, maybe 45 years later, I guess, but we're doing it. And this was an occasion that happened last Friday at a place called the Pillsbury Club. And this was where we did this fantastic paranormal investigation of part of this wonderful mansion. And we're going to talk about what happened Friday. But I also want to remind folks that this is something that you can take part in. If what we're talking about here sounds really cool, just know that we're going to be doing this again on May 29th at 9 p.m. And it's open to the public to get tickets and take part in. So before we go too terribly far, and then I want to introduce and bring in my guest tonight, Char Savoy, psychic medium, runs Charvinity. You have heard her on such other radio programs as this one, where we talk quite a bit about paranormal stuff. And excitingly, we shared this adventure together last Friday. and it was pretty incredible. Shar, welcome to Ghostbox Radio. Nice to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me on again. It's always fun to be here.
It's always fun to have you with us as well. And you know, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, just a little bit of background story. The Pillsbury Club is the home base to the Minneapolis Trolley Tours, and I talk about them all the time. And about 2-3 months ago, we had a meeting. Shar and I had a meeting with Norman and John over there. Like, what can we do to kind of up the game over at Minneapolis Trolley Tours with paranormal? We had some ideas. They had some great ideas, and it turned out to be doing these investigations all throughout the summer, going into October. I mean, Shar, first of all, like I said at the start of the show, what were your thoughts when this was kind of talked about and that they wanted us involved with that?
I was really excited. I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect with it, what was going to happen, how we were going to do it. It was kind of all up in the air when we started. But we came to a really good plan between the four of us. And I think it's amazing. It's an amazing location in general. I mean, like, can I just come sit there? But it's beautiful. It's amazing. Those John and Norman are just gracious and kind. I adore them. And yep. I just feel so honored that we are able to do this. And, we were there last Halloween for your live event, and it was amazing. I think I was just over the moon with what was happening. It was so incredibly fun. So to get back in there and do it again was like, yes, please.
It really was. The only thing I'd like to ask them to do is not clean their glass doors so well. Every time I'm nearly just inches away of just walking through just plate glass. And I could do without that. We've talked so many times about just the interior of the mansion itself. I find it that every time I talk about it, I don't feel like I'm doing it justice because, first of all, every time we go there, it has been more rooms have been redecorated, and right? I mean, everything is. Things are different. And they're beautiful. I mean, those two know how they're really good with the color scheme. Let's just
totally. It's phenomenal. I'm amazed every time I go in there, and I'm like, do you guys sleep? Like what? Like how do you? Like it takes me a couple days to do laundry sometimes. Like how did you redecorate a mansion?
Last year was the first time that Chad and I had the opportunity to go see the mansion, as they had just taken possession of it. And they said that they're going to be open. It was actually about a year ago, actually, because it was right before Pride. And they said, we're going to be open, with our first phase in July. And it's like, sure you will. July came, they were open, and the changes between when I was out there in May and out there in July were incredible, and they were doing so much. And I love the room we started off in on the second floor. It's there's first of all, there's a lot of rooms. Second, that's the only, a lot of them connect with each other.
Yes.
Which is incredible. But the color scheme I love, where it's a very dark, like a dark green with actually like either a dark brown or dark can you have a dark black? And it's just such a, but it's not oppressive. It actually fits very well. It's actually comfortable. And the type of wall lights that they're using that accents the room, it's genius. It is absolutely genius. They know what they're doing over there with this stuff.
They do. It's beautiful. They do a great job. And I feel severely underdressed every time I walk in there. Like I should be in a ball gown or something.
Even the toilet lights up.
Right. Which we didn't know until the room went dark. I'm like, oh, look, the toilet lit up. So yeah, the details, there's just the details is beyond.
it's incredible. And the thing I want to kind of also make sure that people know, because I think a couple of the folks that were with us on Friday, they weren't expecting. I don't think they knew what to expect, to be honest. And in a sense, nor did we.
Right.
Every single time we do this, it's going to be a completely different investigation because there is so much space. We're doing this for 2 hours. It's not like you come when you showed up on May 8th and do this and come back on May 29th that we're doing the same rooms. Obviously, there are some areas that we're going to do again because they worked so well, but there's so much space. And by that time, more might be available to us, or, it just changes all the time, that it's never going to be the same. It's always going to be something fresh, which I really love.
Right. Well, and that's just it too. I mean, we have all these places to adventure to, but if we're in a room and stuff is happening and we're making connections and communicating, we're not going to, oh, sorry, 10 minutes is up, we got to go. We're going to hang out and stay there for a while, which we ended up doing, which was great. So we're not going to rush you through it. We're not going to make sure you hit every single room in the mansion just because there's all the rooms in the mansion. Like we're going to take you and we're going to round to where we have had activity, and we'll sit there with the activity for a while. And if we're having a great time, we'll stay. If we need to move on, we'll move on. So yeah, it will be different every single time.
We're on the second level. We started off on the second level.
Mm-hmm.
And what's kind of cool is that John and Norman, they provide some starter equipment for people to take with them, to borrow, not keep. But it's such a nice touch. And Norman had asked both of us, can you think of other things that we could have available for them to use? Because they really want to make this a really memorable experience, which I so am happy with that. But we were on the second floor. The actual investigation of the second floor took up we did 2 rooms. We did that in the first hour. I remember when we said we should probably go up to the third floor because we've already done 1 hour of the 2-hour investigation. I remember Mo being like, no way that's an hour, because it just moved so quickly. I just love that because everybody was so, they were so invested into this evening.
Yeah. And they were great. What a great group. I mean, they were having a great time, great questions, great interactions. I mean, they were flowing with it. It was just so simple. It was just like I don't know, I had a great time just watching them do their thing. And, it was kind of, and that's the part of it too. It's not about come out and watch me and you do an investigation. True. It's about everybody doing an investigation, and they did a great job. And we just kind of let them flow with it. And every once in a while we would kind of jump in and, kind of help navigate it a little bit. But otherwise, I think they were off and running, and we just kind of sat back and watched everybody go.
It very much was the case. And I think you're right. I think if we ended up a 2-hour investigation and it seemed like that you and I did all the investigating, I would consider that a failure for the evening, quite frankly. Yeah. That's not what this is about. You're absolutely right. I will say, though, you don't have to be involved either. You don't have to it could go both ways. And we had a few people there that have never done anything like this before. And they all clearly had a great time with it, but some didn't, they weren't forthcoming with questions or anything. And that's okay, because we had plenty of people who really were, which was fun.
Yeah. And that's just it. It doesn't matter what level you're at. It's a group effort. It's an experience for everyone, and it's at your own comfort level. So if you want to sit and observe, perfect. You want to ask questions, great. You want to use equipment, great. You want to stare at us, well, that's okay. But, again, you just kind of do whatever you want to do as far as participation level wise, but we'll kind of help guide you, keep it going, keep going to the places that you need to go to, and answer any questions that you have, and provide any feedback if we start getting information, communication wise, like, oh, yep, that's on track, that matches, and why does it match?
Absolutely. And we were doing on the second floor, we were doing stuff like Spirit Box. It wasn't Tara that's running Spirit Box, and she was getting some really good responses. And responses that, it's one thing to get a response, like getting something through any of these devices. It's another thing when it's an intelligent response, is what we call that, where, it's like they're answering our question, or, I think, what was it? And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it something like we asked something, and I don't know if they just don't want to answer anything, but they just kind of answered with good night.
We said we were going to move on. We were going to go up to third floor, and this gentleman came through and said, "Have a good night."
That's right. Yeah.
It was like, what?
That's incredible. I mean, that's just so cool. Oh, I love it. And it's just like the whole time too, I'm just thinking to myself that we're in this absolutely beautiful mansion.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about, and I say it in the ads all the time, the interior is older than the exterior, and the folks that came out Friday night, they got to see that firsthand. And that's just it. Is we talk about this, and we're going to be talking about some other investigations coming up as well. And we've talked about this before, how the more and more you investigate a place, the more and more spirits become comfortable with us, and with the understanding of what we're trying to do, and that only leads to more and more interactions.
Right. Yeah.
And
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and that's the whole point, right? Is that right. to get these wonderful, intelligent responses.
Right. Well, it's just like getting to know anybody. Once you start talking and you spend more time with somebody, the conversation opens up, the comfort level opens up. And it's the same with spirit. So it makes sense that would be happening. And it's so fun when it gets to be more and more interactive. And I think at the Pillsbury Club, the more we do it, the more interactive. I mean, shoot, it's already super interactive, but I can't imagine how much more interactive it's going to get. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. We had so much activity. It was, I can't even, I mean, unfortunately, the only thing that didn't work, which seems to never work for you, is your tripwire.
It will one day.
It will. One day that thing's going to go flashing like disco lights for you. I know.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I'll have to figure that out sooner or later, and we'll be using those again on Thursday. I think this is what I'd like to do, though, right now. I'd like to go ahead, take our first break. When we come back, I want to talk about some events that we have coming up. A wonderful fair this weekend as well. Plus, I want to talk about going up to the third floor and lights under the door. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakken here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Greg Bakken here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to the AndersonHouseHotel.com. So if you're listening to what we're saying and being able to go to these locations and do paranormal investigations and do all sorts of stuff, and you're interested in joining us, I do want to also draw to your attention another paranormal investigation that Shar and I will be doing this Thursday at Divine Lights in Anoka that starts at 6 p.m. And it is truly been one of my favorite things to do, because every time we get together is exactly what you and I were talking about the last break. The more and more you investigate someplace, the more and more activity that comes about. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's been really, I don't even know what the word is for the last couple times that we've done it. It's been incredible. Like I more activity than I thought there would be. It's amazing and very interactive, very intelligent.
Yeah. And it's a lot of different things as well. It's not just one spirit or anything. And sometimes we've broken apart into two rooms, and both rooms are getting activity as well. And that's the sort of thing that I'm really grateful for, to be honest, because they're choosing to talk with us. They feel like that this is a safe environment to do so. And we've been very fortunate to be able to go in different areas as well. And once again, it's kind of like the Pillsbury Club. It's not the same every time. Every time it's different parts of the building and stuff. People always say, we want to, I know you get this too, Shar. I'd love to investigate with you. I'd love to go to an investigation. I'd love to, experience it. We're providing it. We're giving you those opportunities.
More than we ever have before. And at unique places, and there's nothing wrong with the usual places, don't get me wrong, but what I like about this is that these are places that you can't just get into, and they're very, I remember on Friday Norman saying that we're really excited because so many people always ask us, can we just walk upstairs to see the second floor? And he says, your group is the first to ever do that as far as being in the public, just, coming in for an event. And that's the sort of thing that I know that you and I like to be able to provide, if possible, is unique experiences as well. Absolutely. And that's the fun part about it. I think it's not overdone. It's not, everybody gets to come in all the time. It's exclusive, which is great, so I'm excited. I think it's great. I think it's great too. And I am truly blessed. I feel so blessed every time I think about it, that, that I have a wonderful person to investigate with, that I did not, I would have, never expected to have happen. And I really appreciate that, let alone the fact that we're getting into and providing, I think, a service really to people if they want to do this. And just for those listening, I just want to be very clear as well. These are safe investigations also. These are not, we're not trying to scare anyone. We're not taking anyone anywhere that is dark or anything. The Divine Lights, Pillsbury Club, these are wonderfully light and friendly locations. Spirit has always been very kind, and they interact with us in good ways. And I just want to make sure people understand that. So once again, the Divine Lights investigation is a public paranormal investigation. You do need to get tickets, but it runs from 6 p.m., 9 p.m. this Thursday. And you can get your tickets. Go over to charvinity.com and look up over on the side. It says classes and events, and you'll be able to see it there, to click to get tickets. It is well worth it if you
get confused by how I'm saying it, just reach out to me. I will send you a link. It's all over the place. But it's really cool. Now, I also want to say that, once you get past Thursday, that's not it for the events, is it? It just keeps going, Shar. What do we have going on this weekend?
Well, this weekend is my Psychic and Healing Fair, again, out at the DoubleTree by Hilton at 2020 American Boulevard in Bloomington, right across from the Mall of America. That is with Maria Shaw. So she has classes going on all weekends. We've got psychic, mediums, tarot card readers, astrology, healers, shopping, all kinds of stuff. I'm super excited for this. It's always a great time. Lots of wonderful people. And so I'm always looking forward to doing these events, and you'll be there too, which is great. Yeah. So so come on. It's both Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, come on out. I mean, they're always good, and I love the energy at these events. It's very calm. It's very it's what you expect if you want to go somewhere and get some work done, get a reading, see some really high quality pieces that you could purchase if you like. It's always a lot of fun, and I really do enjoy the practitioners that you bring in. They're very good. They're very kind, and it's been cool to see for myself over the past, what is this, like 2-3 years, something like this, that I've been part of this, that we've had this. I feel like that. To me, they feel like family. I've now known them for so long. I love seeing them, and I love seeing the way that people react to getting a reading done or getting something done by one of the practitioners, and seeing that it really made a difference to them. That's incredible. I love that.
I do too, and it's fun. And we've got a new practitioner this time, so it'll be fun. Somebody new that'll be there, which is great. Psychic readings by Luna. So I'm super excited for her to be there. So all kinds of great stuff happening.
All kinds of great stuff going on. It's going to be really cool. You get to meet a lot of great people. Come out, see me. Don't let that be a deterrent, but come on out and just enjoy it. Have a great time and stop in, and it's fun. It's always a lot of fun. It's good. And it's always good to see Maria. It's always good to see everybody out there and see everyone kind of get excited by, they all kind of crowd around the table with the merchandise. It's just kind of, it's always fun to watch. So, yeah.
And she's got some brand new stuff she's bringing this time too. So it'll be exciting. She's got some really cool bargains.
That's great. Yeah. You got to come out there. So I know that if I go to Facebook and go to Charvinity and events, it's all there as well. Yep. Like all the information. Is that the best place for people to go and get information about the event? Or
yeah, it probably is.
Probably is. There you go. Go do it. I hope to see some of you out there. Come on out. And I say this every time, and I really mean it, is that these are events put on by local businesses, and it's not put on by any big company or anything like that. And I just ask people, please support. It doesn't cost much to get in, and you get a lot of really great opportunities to get readings and stuff. Really, folks, please come on out, support these, because they're important to support. And I know that there's probably a lot of people listening right now who might be on the fence because they've never done it before. They're not sure what to expect. You couldn't go to a friendlier place where I believe, Char, you'll be the first person they see, probably, right? And
I will be. I'll be right at the front door waiting for you.
And
not the front door of the hotel, of the event.
You're at their car. Come on, let's go. Get
park
in here.
The car for you.
Yeah, I'll park the car for you. Do you want me to pick you up at your house? Yeah, no, it's. But seriously, though, that's the thing. I mean, I'm speaking for myself because I'm such a, I don't really leave my house unless I have to. It's like, what's this going to be? What's the situation going to be like? It's so friendly at these fairs. You got to go and check it out, and you will be immediately welcome, and you're going to see that this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun day for you. So yeah,
absolutely.
Come on out. Also, we were talking about once again our wonderful experience on Friday at the Pillsbury Club, and I teased before we went to break. I teased about what I think is my favorite thing that happened at the investigation Friday, and I did not even see it. But from what everyone was talking about, I was just like, that's like Scooby-Doo cool. I mean, that's really, you know what I mean? It's just like, wow, okay, whatever. Now, this to kind of go back in time a little bit.
Yeah.
The Halloween broadcast that we did, back in October, you and Liz were, there's this huge, it looks like a racquetball court, to be perfectly honest, but it's like a big ball. It does. It's all white. It has this wonderful glass ceiling, and it's atrium, and it's so beautiful. And it has this hallway that leads to, like, from left to right on either side of the mansion. Mm-hmm. And you and Liz had some incredible activity back there. And unfortunately, because there's always work being done and making the mansion better, we couldn't get back there, which was a bummer. But then when we were up there, I don't know if you had seen it, but I know, like, a couple of the other people, we set up a REM pod over by that door that would lead mm-hmm. to the hallway. What were people seeing, which was absolutely incredible?
Well, let's back it up a second. First of all, when we first got up there, you had said hello or something, and you heard a lady coming from that direction said, "Hi, I'm here."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Wow!" And so I was staring at the door where you said you heard it from, and underneath the door, I could see shadow back and forth, like somebody was kind of walking or pacing. I'm like, "Oh, there's somebody over there," and it was still light out, so it was shadow coming from the window being blocked on the other side. And that was the hallway we couldn't get into because they're currently doing renovations. And so I actually went over to the door and put my hands on the door. And I said, "Hey, if you're on the other side of the door, we're going to be up here later. We would love to have you come in and hang out with us or interact with us." And so what happened then, while we were up there later on in the night with the group, and by this time it was dark, so there was no light coming through from the windows on the other side. And they were seeing light underneath the door shining through, like somebody had a flashlight or something, and there was nobody back there. And so it was kind of interesting. And it was like, oh, cool. It's the same spot that you had an interaction with and that I tried to interact with. So whoever was on the other side of the door was trying to be a part of it.
It's amazing what you forget, right? Mm-hmm. And because especially when you have so much going on. And yes, so when we were setting up on the third floor, Shar went back down to the second floor to get something for me. And what we all do in these locations is that we talk to spirit, not even as a investigation, but just a casual saying hello, just being very, very friendly and open. And so as I do, and you do, and a lot of investigators do, I'm just up there. I'm like, I just want to say hello. I'm really hoping to hear from you all tonight, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, yes, in that direction, I hear this, "Hello, I'm here," is like, and it's just like, it's just soft enough to be like, is that my mind? Is that just my brain, or is that really happening? And I do think it really happened. It was beautiful. It was like you said, it was a woman. And it seems like it validated with the stuff that was happening in the corner, because the REM pod was going off and then those lights under the door.
Yeah, well, we had a REM pod like maybe 3 feet in front of that door. It was going crazy. I've never seen that REM pod go off that much. And then we asked it to stop. It did. Asked it to do it again. It did. And then eventually it just stopped doing things. But then we realized the battery went dead. It literally drained out the whole battery. And I was like, whoa.
We did, and we had that was the REM pod that we were taking from the second floor. So we had the REM pod in another room, and on some of the more later REM pods, later being about 10 years ago, I guess, that they have this thing that will some sound will emit from it when there's a temperature change.
Right.
And so on the second floor, that's all that happened. It was we got that sound, and I hit it. But we did get, actually, I forget about this too, when we went into the other room across the hall, it chirped a couple of times in there.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, I think that was the most REM pod activity we've gotten in a short amount of time.
It was really good. And so once that stopped making sounds, there was another one in the back, which is where nearby, where at the Halloween broadcast, you had one in one of the back rooms, and that was pretty active, but we put it in the bathroom that connects 2 rooms back there. And a couple of investigators went back there just to see, and someone, I think it was Tara or someone, asked just out loud in the area we were, can you have that REM pod go off for them? And it did.
It did, yeah.
It did.
And it was interesting because they were getting interactions with it. And on Halloween, when I was interacting with it, I would ask it questions. Can you make it chirp twice for yes, 1 for no? And it was literally going in sync with the yes and the no questions, and they were getting the exact same thing. So it was very, very intelligent in the same area, which was really cool.
That was great. I mean, that's really fun. And then also, and I couldn't hear because first of all, the ballroom is a lot of space, high ceilings. A lot of audio bounces off the walls and stuff. So Dorothy is trying to say something to me across the room, and I have the spirit box going, and I have, you know, the boom box size speaker, which is unnecessarily large, but necessary for when we're in bigger groups. So I couldn't hear what she was saying. But when I'd say something like, can you please knock? She would hear something in the room behind her the one time, but she said it sounded like a dog making some kind of, like, you know, tail up against the door or something. And I wasn't quite understanding. But then we had everything off when the other 2 investigators were in that other room. All of a sudden we hear this big bang. Yeah. And it came from the room behind her. She's like, that's what I've been hearing. Yeah. And it's a
loud.
Big bang. Yeah, it was loud.
I thought something fell. It was that loud. It was crazy. It was so cool. But yeah, and your boombox speaker is like 10 to 20 times bigger than your spirit box, and the people in St. Paul can hear it.
Yeah, no, it's not meant for the weak, that's for sure. It's
you feel it in your soul.
It's you know, if you want to hear spirits, we're gonna put some bass to that. Yeah, it was but you know, if I have the smaller one, people are gonna be like, what did it say? What was that?
I know.
So, but yeah, no, it was awesome. Folks, if you have any questions that you want to ask about the Pillsbury Club, Divine Lights, the fair this weekend, go ahead, please put it in the comments. But what we're going to do is we're going to take another break here, come back, we're going to talk more about these investigations. Any questions you have, it's a lot of fun, and you should really take part in it. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakken here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis Trolley Tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Greg Bakken here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. And join me tomorrow on Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken. My original guest for tomorrow night no longer could appear. So what we're going to do is we're going to see the return of Heidi Hollis. She's going to join us again tomorrow, and she and I are going to break down some of the stuff that was released on May 8th for the UFO that the government released as part of the disclosure for the UFO stuff. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about it. This is, unfortunately, Heidi understands now what, she made a mistake when she said to me when she was last on, I'll be happy to come on anytime that you want. Just let me know. Well, I held her to it, and she'll be joining us tomorrow. I'm really excited to kind of go through some of that and talk about it and get her perspective on it as well. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. And then quantum healer Matt Schmidt is going to be joining us on Wednesday. And of course, Casual Friday is going to be new this week as well. Just a reminder, folks, that we have been talking about a lot of different things here. Thursday, Divine Lights is the paranormal investigation. We do this once a month. You can go to charvinity.com and go over on the left side, events and classes, or classes and events. You'll see it. Click on that. You're going to be able to see the event as well as the link to purchase tickets. This event is 6 to 9 p.m. this Thursday. I have not heard one person that has gone to it and been disappointed. So you want to check that out. And then, of course, this Saturday and Sunday, May 16th and 17th, Charvinity Fairs presents Aloha Summer with Char and Maria Shaw. That's over at the Doubletree by Hilton, 2020 American Boulevard East, Bloomington, Minnesota. Once again, those are, did I get this right, Char, 9 to 5 both days?
Correct.
Okay, good. See, I have a memory, I guess. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Circling back and finishing up our conversation on the Pillsbury Club, do you have a favorite moment from Friday?
Gosh, there's so many. There's just so many things that happen, just little things that added up. I mean, we had, even just while we were waiting for everybody to get there, we were sitting in the room where everybody gathers and Norman brings them up to us on the second floor. We heard noises in the room next to us. And, right. It sounded like somebody was trying to open a door that really they've kind of blocked off that isn't really openable. And so it was like, what was that? So, I mean, it's just, and the window, remember the window behind us? Somebody was tapping on the window or moving the window behind us. And it was
right.
Like, what? And there were so many little things that happened. It just kind of added up. It was, like you said, there were so many things you kind of forget about it until you start to think about it and go back and go through the whole thing. But I think my favorite part is just watching everybody go through and have a good time. And the new people that hadn't done it before, the little oohs and ahs that were coming out of them, and the smiles on their faces and having a good time. And, watching Tara use her brand new pendulum and like really trying to get into doing something new and different. So, I mean, I think just watching everybody have a great time is like my favorite, but there were so many things that happened. I hope they all had a favorite too.
You're right about watching people having such a good time and getting really into it, and just, and the thing is too, and I know that you agree with this, is that we could be doing this for 20 years, and there's always that stuff that just as always will excite us and we'll be doing the oohs and ahs along with everybody else as well. Just this, even after all these years, for me, when a REM pod goes off, or when you ask it please stop and it does, I mean, that stuff is incredible. It's so cool, it's so fun. And just hearing the responses on Spirit Box or anything else, it's priceless to me.
It is. It never gets boring. It never gets old. It's always, I think that's the coolest thing about investigating. It's always different. And if it isn't, I don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely. And to your point too, I remember on Friday, we looked out the window when we were on the second floor, and we saw Dorothy and Stephanie come up to the mansion, and they stopped and they're taking pictures and they look all excited. And it's like, hopefully we're going to give them a great night. That's because they're so excited to be a part of this and visit this location and stuff. And it's like, this is like the accumulation and the culmination of all the stuff that we've been doing to be able to get people to experience stuff. And although in a event setting, we're not, hard and fast on certain paranormal investigation protocols. We want people to have a lot of fun, but at the same time, our method of doing what we do is very strong in all this as well. There's certain things we absolutely do not ignore that we do. And it's just so seamlessly put in there. Nobody is wondering why we're grounding before, why we're asking spirits not to follow us home. It's just, this is what we do, and everyone was all about it. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And I mean, it's just the ooh-ah factor of just pulling up and parking in front of the place.
Yeah,
is like, you start off just like, I get to walk in there. Right. It's like, I don't know what else to say about it. You just kind of like start off in amazement of looking at it, and then you walk in and it's beyond gorgeous. I mean, there's so many layers to this. It's the ooh-ah factor. You're in a mansion in Minneapolis. It's historic. It's a once in a lifetime. It's exclusive. And then you've got the paranormal activity that's happening. I don't know. I don't know what could be better.
That is absolutely true. I mean, that is like really what it comes down to. You're just like, gosh, I don't know. This hits all the points for me. That's for certain. I mean, I just, gosh, I love it.
It does. And if you were going to go somewhere and this was like a haunted location that you wanted to investigate, you'd be paying 10 times, maybe more, the amount you are for this investigation to be in that building. Yeah. And, and on top of that, they've got so many other things going on, all the trolley tours that they do, the different types of tours that they're doing. I mean, they do such a great job. It's so worth just checking them out on all the things that they do. It's fantastic. And didn't they say too, they just got their food license. So they're going to start serving like some food and some other things too. So it's a whole package over there. I am so thrilled and happy for them, and I'm so excited, and I'm just so honored and grateful that we get to be a part of it.
Speaking of package, I do remember getting a scare when I thought it was Norman and the group coming up the stairs early on, and that was not not what I expected to see. But that's okay. That's because you know what, at the Pillsbury Club, you'll always see something different. You're gonna see the unexplained, and that was very unexplainable to me. So actually,
yeah,
very
yeah, but we'll it was explainable but unexpected. We'll just leave it at that. If
yeah,
you really want to know, you're gonna have to show up.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
I think we were dying laughing. It was like, oh no. It was funny because we were on alert because like, oh, there's footsteps, and so we're just like staring at the doorway, and we're like, oh, not what I thought was going to happen when I heard footsteps.
I mean, and even though we know that it's not the place is not a scary place, it's not a dark place, but you're you're still kind of heightened. You want everything. So that was fun. That took away any sort of like just antsiness that I had, because I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And we were just excited that this was our first time doing it. We were like super excited about it, and just looking forward for everybody. And just so everybody knows, before we got there, we went to Mavericks.
We did go to Mavericks. I was thinking
So
we were hitting all the sponsors on our way. And it was good. It was really that was great. And you went to Sprinkles as well.
I did. I went to Sprinkles, and I told Greg, oh no, I'm not that hungry. What did I ate my sandwich before you did.
Admittedly, I'm a slow eater. I'm trying to be nice to you. I'm trying to give you an out here, but that.
Oh no, I scarfed it down. It down. It was worth scarfing.
I did wonder if we got you a smaller size sandwich or something accidentally, because the thing didn't stand a chance.
Char likes food.
So do I, and it was good food that night. That was that's if they were closer, and we happened to be out in that area, it was a full day of stuff. So that's but if those two are closer, I would make that like the pre-investigation ritual every time going out there. But it's just actually funny enough, it's once we got on the road and stuff, it took about 10 minutes to get over to the mansion, didn't it?
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, that's there's some interesting stuff there. If I knew people in advance were going to the investigation, I'd say a bunch of us meet up over at Mavericks, get ourselves some real roast beef sandwiches or whatever you want to eat, and then we'll head on over and do an investigation. And you want to do these on a full stomach, you really do. We need to do some EVPs next time.
Yeah.
We haven't done those in a while, actually. And then I found out the hard way that you can't get Maglite flashlights with the screw top as easy as I thought we would have been able to, because I didn't all of mine disappeared. I do not know what happened to them, like the ones I knew still worked. So I miss flashlight play, as they call it, where you ask a question, Spirit will light up the flashlight. We're going to get flashlights. We couldn't find the ones that we're looking for. I mean, granted, we looked at one place, but still.
Right. And of course, the one flashlight that was there dropped on the floor. And what did it do? Right in the eyes of Char.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. Poor Char. She has a history of all these investigations and classes we do that somebody inevitably will shine a light in her face. And it's not like, oh, sorry. It's like she has to generally tell somebody, can you please turn that off? And that was one of 2 times that night, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't Norman flash it in the light in your face too?
Yes. Before we even started, I'm like, of course he did. Of course he did.
Oh, well, that's just how it goes. That's just, that's part of the paranormal ritual now. Mavericks and get
blinding Char.
Yeah, blinding Char. I mean, that's the best. I still laugh at that time at the Grand House when it was all dark in the restaurant, and it was like 1 a.m, and someone says, if you're here, can you light up a flashlight? And there's like 5 flashlights in the room, and all of a sudden one lights up perfectly, like illuminating your face at 1 a.m, and you're just barely even alive at that point. You're so tired. You're just like,
no. Like, no, thanks.
So once again, with the trolley tour, you need to get tickets over at the Minneapolis Trolley, or over at MinneapolisTrolleyTour.com. You go there, you can see all the other tours that they have going on, but then there's a spot to get the paranormal investigation tickets as well. It's once again, the next one is May 29th with a start time of 9. It goes for 2 hours. It really is well worth your time if you're want to check it out, even if you just want to see this beautiful mansion more than just getting in the entryway. It's worth it. As well as Thursday, Divine Lights, Paranormal Investigation. You can get tickets at charvinity.com. Go to classes and events. There you'll see the event and you can get tickets that way. That is from 6 to 9 p.m. These have been incredible as well.
Yeah.
So you know, nothing's stopping you from doing all of it. And then you have this wonderful fair coming up this Saturday and Sunday, May 16th and 17th. Aloha Summer. That's what it's all about. It's all about I love it when you do the themes. That's a lot of fun, actually.
It is. This one's kind of a Hawaiian theme, so come on out and check out if you want to dress Hawaiian. We'll have Hawaiian leis available when you get there, so just come out and have a good time. And all of these events are on my website, including the Pillsbury Club, with a link back to the page where to get the tickets for it. So everything is on charvinity.com and on Facebook.
Of course it is. You're so organized. You're always organized. Of course it is. I didn't know. I didn't even think about that. It's like, do you want to know what you're going to do tomorrow? Go to charvinity.com. It's going to tell you, you know, that, and that's okay. That's how it works.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of your business anyway, right? To kind of tell people stuff. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly. I need more Mavericks. I mean, I didn't think about that. We went there, but now I'm hungry for some Mavericks. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have to add them.
And they're not open. They're not open right now. So.
Nope, they are not.
That's okay. Then, of course, go to charvinity.com, classes, everything else that you want to do. Book Char for mediumship readings, all the stuff. You got to go out there. Please support what she's doing. She's doing a lot and very important to the community. Char, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you again for having me. It was a great time, and I hope to see everybody Thursday, this weekend, and on the 29th.
Yep. We want to see you all the time, basically. So come on out. We're going to have a great time, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. We're talking about UFO disclosure with Heidi Hollis.